Off the coast of French Guiana, there is a special archipelago dedicated to the detention and exile of criminal and political prisoners called salvation. The most famous in this archipelago is Devil's Island, the hell on earth for tens of thousands of prisoners. For more than 100 years, more than 70,000 people have set foot here, and only a few lucky cases survive or successfully escape, where tens of thousands of prisoners are kept. French Guiana is an overseas province in France, located in the northeastern corner of South America. In the past, only Native Americans lived here. After the French arrived here in the 17th century, Salvation Archipelago was used as a prison for prisoners. The French government built a prison system between 1852 and 1951 on 3 islands in the Salvation Archipelago. To satisfy two needs, one is to detain prisoners, the second is to bring people here to reclaim the land. The main and harshest prison system is located on Devil's Island. After that, the prisoner ship came into operation in the early 20th century and brought many prisoners here. According to news, within just 100 years, about 70,000 people were sent to Devil's Island, including political and criminal prisoners with heavy sentences. Most people who come to Devil's Island can't leave. It's estimated that 40% of the prisoners died within the first year, and only about 5,000 people survived to the day of their release. The journey to Devil's Island is also extremely harsh. Many people had been abandoned before reaching the island. Others were killed while fighting in sharp poles locked in bowls. Also, many people were even slashed with acid for disobeying orders on board. A day in the prison camp on Devil's Island is very long and harsh. Prisoners have to do jobs like building prisons or hospitals 12 hours a day from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Not only that, but they also have to live in dirty, cramped rooms with a length of only 2 meters and a width of 1.8 meters. During the day, they are chained to their feet, and at night, they are handcuffed. With harsh living conditions like that, many prisoners become emaciated and only dried corpses. Others could only lie down and wait to die. After they die, their bodies will be thrown into the sea and become a meal for the sharks. Hell on earth, easy to go, hard to come back. Prisoners on Devil's Island always live in fear. They always find a way to escape from this whole island, but it's even harder than going to the heaven. Because if they weren't drowned in the water, they would also get lost in the dangerous jungle. For a long time, only a few prisoners were recorded to have successfully escaped from Devil's Island. In 1901, Clément Dubois, a French prisoner, escaped from prison, found shelter in New York, and lived the rest of his life there. There were also 3 other French people and an Italian who used a boat to escape from Devil's Island, then drifted to the US Virgin Island. Despite successfully escaping, the obsession with the island still marks deeply in their minds until the end of their lives. Devil's Island began to attract public attention when the movie Papillon was released in 1973. The work is based on the memoir of Henry, a French writer who was convicted of murder and exiled to Guyana. In his memoirs, Henry said that he was imprisoned on Devil's Island, experiencing life as hell when he was beaten and deprived of food. After that, he used a bag of coconuts to make a boat to escape from here with another prisoner. They were lucky to get ashore, but the prisoner had died. The luckier ones will be released and leave Devil's Island, but they're forced to stay in French Guiana to expand the land. Their lives are freer than before, but they're still isolated from the outside world, having to live in a place without electricity and water. Later, when the legal authorities paid more attention, the life of prisoners improved, become an interesting place to visit. Later, the deportation of prisoners ceased to exist in France. As a result, the Salvation Archipelago was abandoned for some time with trees covering the paths. Later, because of the curiosity of visitors, the ruins of the prison in the Salvation Archipelago were turned into places to visit by the French government. Here, several hotels, a restaurant, and a bar were built from the ruins of a prison. Visitors can visit the old prison, the ancient cemetery of prisoners with about hundreds of prisoners' graves, and about 30 graves of children living on the island. Under the harsh conditions, the children of many warden families couldn't live more than 1 year old. That's all for today's video. See you soon!